you know, like between cigarettes and other commissary and like that being currency in jail, can you imagine what the Fenty product would be? That's like the new crypto in prison. If you got a couple of moisturizers, you lose a spade's hand and have to give up a moisturizer. Yeah, you get stabbed in the shower.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be gambling. Yo, I bet you 4 face washes, my nigga. Like,
Maul, it is 2025 and it is time to change your life. That business idea that you have had, you can start today with Shopify because it makes it extremely simple to start that new business.
And also, Rory, with Shopify, your first sale is closer than you think. Established in 2025 has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/RoryMall, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/RoryMall to start selling with Shopify today. Shopify.com/RoryMall.
Maul, can you
Whenever
imagine?
you say, first of all, let's start. Whenever you say my name like that, I get scared. Because it's never.
No, it's a serious topic, man.
Oh, serious time?
Yeah, sometimes we could come in and be serious.
Are we on serious time today?
When are we not?
We haven't had a serious conversation in a long time.
Well, I have a serious one.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
Is this a serious conversation or a serious topic?
Serious topic. And a serious conversation.
Can I find humor in it, though?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Fuck it. Come on.
Can you imagine sacrificing yourself by running into a burning building or house? Lack of resources, underpaid, watching people lose all of their possessions, photos of their family, and then the reward that you are given is John Legend singing to you.
Why are you doing this? See, because I know why you're doing this.
Not bonus time, not extra money.
I know why you're doing
not
this.
more water.
Yeah.
You, instead of going to see your families, you've been fighting fires for days on end.
Yeah.
No water for yourself, no food. You are going to sit at a picnic table in a parking lot, and John Legend is going to come sing all of you and all of me to 60 grown men with ash on their face.
Yeah. But see,
maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow.
Take it slow. I just went into a burning house.
you know what's hold on. I'm gonna tell you what's funny about this. The only person rocking their head is the black guy on the far left. Like, he's the only one who's really like, this is John Legend. Like, where's Rick Ross at? Like, that clap, don't clap. See, and we got to get away from that. We don't have to clap. We don't have to clap. I came on here about 3 months ago, Peach, and I fucking had something to say about John Legend. The internet killed me. Oh, John, you know, he's cool. He's, you know.
People laugh, man.
Yeah, but it's like, this is the shit I was talking about. This cruise ship karaoke shit. Why would you have John Legend singing for firefighters at picnic tables?
How would you, maybe to be more sensitive to our heroes in Los Angeles, everywhere in California, firefighters that drove hours on end outside of California.
To help, yes.
Those heroes, you have to be sensitive to. How would you remix All of Me in your voice? Your John Legend voice.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to, but why not do something like
the hose.
Whatever happened to
California
giving like
took it slow.
Whatever happened to giving like firemen something that they could appreciate? Like, why not bring like Ruby Rose, or India Love out there and have them like, you know.
It was a porn star or a OnlyFans girl. I forgot because I tried not to retain that information for my own sanity. But one of them I thought was doing her patriotic duty. She was saying she was gonna go around fucking the firefighters.
Yeah,
like she was gonna go from firehouse to fire.
Where's she at?
To me, yeah, as an American, you have to go with your skill set. That's how we all become one and push this country forward. Her skill set is her vagina.
Right.
So she went and used what she was gonna do. I can't really offer much to the firefighters except for donations and good words and prayers, appreciation and prayers and everything like that.
We appreciate all the
She has something that's better than all of that.
Yeah.
A vagina.
Give the firefighters something that they can, something tangible. Don't give me John Legend at a picnic table. See, because I would have been out there, I would have got up and walked away. I'm not sitting there for this shit. I don't want to hear John Legend.
My wife and kids don't even know if I'm alive yet.
Yeah, like I got ash in my lungs and John Legend is singing and I got a turkey sandwich on the table.
How out of touch are celebrities at this point. This is like the ego is getting insane. After they tried to save COVID with that fucking song where they went from Zoom.
Who was it, David Guetta?
What song?
Who was it that performed on the top of the building?
Can you look that up, what that was? Oh, no, when he tried to end racism, he said, shout out to George Floyd. No, not that one. It was like Ashton Kutcher and a bunch of guys, Bryan Cranston. They were singing a song during COVID to make us all feel better about being trapped in our houses that have maybe, I don't know, one fraction of the square footage that they have. Mm-hmm. They was walking around like, we understand as celebrities what you're going through while I walk through my 100 acres right now.
Right.
You don't even know you're still trapped when you're in their houses. And they did a whole Zoom shit. At what point are they going to realize how out of touch they are? Who pitched that? Or did John go by himself and was like, yo, I want to bring these heroes some food or something, then someone requested it? Like, was this a karaoke situation?
At what point do we just say, we understand that people really just don't care?
Or does celebrities care? And I'm not even going to put this on John's jacket because I don't really know how that went. They do care about their image and people thinking they're doing good things. Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
I mean, I think that it helps with the perception that, in times of tragedy, because, celebrities are well off and, they can afford to, if they lose things, unfortunately, which some of them have in fires and things like that, they have other properties, they can get things back. They're more fortunate than others. So I think you have to put the perception out like, we care, we're here with the firefighters, we support them, which I'm sure they do. But I mean, at the end of it all, like having John Legend sit and sing, that's just not, it feels like it's for a look. It feels like it's not sincere. It's for social media. The guy standing in the corner, make sure you record this, send it to me when you're done recording so I can post it. It's just, I don't like things like that. And I'm not saying John Legend doesn't care about these firefighters. That's not what I'm saying. If he might genuinely care about that.
He probably does, and I'm sure he's done a lot of charitable work.
He seems like a good guy.
That we don't know about, and I'm not even here to shit on him. It's more of a celebrity thing.
Yeah.
I want to know who pitched that. If the modern day Pearl Harbor happened in 2025 and the nurses needed a break, and John went up in there like just to check them out and sing, that would make total sense to me. Yeah. A bunch of high testosterone men going through trauma.
Yeah.
You think John is who they was trying to hear?
And what's stupid about it is I can understand John going there and just having words with the firemen and thanking them and things like that. But why sing? That's like having Michael Jordan go there. He start hitting fadeaways on the sergeant. It's you don't have to do the thing that you do well when you come and support local firemen, policemen. Just show up. Thank you. We appreciate you. Maybe take a couple pictures, things like that. But to sing, that's just where you lose me. John Legend didn't need to sing in that moment. Nobody needed to hear that.
Maybe I sound like a hater because I just don't think they were John's demo.
They weren't. You could tell.
If Sting wanted to go up there, I think it may have worked out a bit.
Yeah, but even if Sting, it's don't go and support, but you don't have to. I think the performance part is what seems a little forced and a little, cringe to me. John Legend singing to firemen that are now battling fires and they're probably on their lunch break. It's just and before he gets there, hey, John Legend will be here at 2:30.
Yeah.
We're gonna go sit down at the tables. It's just too staged for me.
And those are men. And even the ones, whatever gender, they're way tougher than me. Those are tough human beings.
Yeah.
My pussy ass would have loved a John Legend performance after I stubbed my toe or went through the traumatic things that I go through. Mm-hmm. Those grown fucking tough men.
Yeah, where was Sexxy Red? Why? They should have brought Sexxy Red out there to do it. Sexxy Red, the color, the fire truck is red.
Yeah.
That's kind of on brand. Let Sexxy Red go out there, twerk, bring her dances, have at least a performance where men are okay, some nice shaped women out here. It feels like we're at the strip club, but we're not, that type of shit. John Legend, no, we don't need that.
It reminds me of that Chris Rock joke when he was talking about the Make-A-Wish Foundation and one kid had wanted him to come and, celebrities. He's like, how come no one just asked him? Maybe Pam Anderson is what that young kid wants to see. I get it. I'm a celebrity, but maybe he just wants some titties. Yeah, I think after these men almost lost their lives, that would be the closest thing. I even think the ones that were married, their wives would give them a pass.
Yeah. Sexxy Red, she could have did it. I'm always down to see Sexxy Red and some firemen. I'm cool with that.
Those were actually the inmate firefighters.
Which makes even more sense why Sexxy Red should have been out there. If I'm an inmate at a correctional facility. I haven't touched a woman in probably years. Haven't seen no real ass shaking.
I'm looking for the hose. Like,
dog.
Yeah, like
I was in prison just to get out of this bitch. I ran into a fire. Show me some pussy, please.
Let me see some asses shake. Don't give me John Legend. That's like staying up late to watch the Apollo and Peebo Bryson is performing. It's like, where's LL Cool J? Like, I stayed up till 2 a.m. and you giving me Peebo Bryson? I'm incarcerated. I get out thinking I'm gonna help. You know, his fresh air will be out in the, at least not in the prison.
I'm thinking maybe this will knock some time off. Then I found out it's not.
John Legend? And I'm an inmate? Oh, nah, man.
That's not even like, remember when ODB was locked up and Wu-Tang went to perform at Rikers, I believe it was?
Yeah.
Like that, at least if it's men, I get. This is who they want to see.
Right.
What inmate in a California correctional fucking prison?
John Legend.
What 6-0 Crip is like, yeah, now we need John.
We need to hear John Legend. Nah, man, they got that.
And you do get lifted.
Yeah, them being incarcerated, firemen, like, first of all, that's crazy to take some men out of prison and say, hey, go fight these fires. But if you're going to do that, at least give them some entertainment that they can go back to their cells. Like, yeah, we was out there in lunch break, Sexxy Red pulled up, or Lotto, somebody they can enjoy. These are incarcerated men. Like, John Legend? Nasty times, man.
All right. John, at least bring your wife.
No, see, that's where you go. No, don't do that.
Please.
Don't
Wait,
do that.
What?
No, don't do that.
What's wrong with that?
Because now you're saying you want men to see his wife, lust over his wife. It's just a little weird.
It is January 23rd as we are recording this. I do think I want some more flowers for my 2025 predictions. This one isn't one that made my list. It was an off-mic one because I was too scared to say it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this week kind of proved it. Did you see the Sexxy Red and Martin Luther King family estate back and forth?
No.
Okay.
I heard about
there was a trend of making AI images of Martin Luther King in compromising situations and crazy shit. And Sexxy Red has been known on Twitter to have people send her hilarious memes and photos, and then she will post them.
Mm-hmm.
So she posted this one of her and Martin Luther King at the club. And then, understandably, Martin Luther King's daughter came and retweeted and said, this is distasteful, explained everything that her father had done. Can you please take it down? Which Sexxy Red, I thought, did a great mature thing by saying, you're right, I apologize, I'll take it down. But it did further prove my point off mic that I think Sexxy Red is a CIA agent.
Because she posted an AI.
Targeted Martin Luther King.
She targeted Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
She didn't make the video?
Family was very upset about it.
Yeah, she didn't make the video, though. But that was a little distasteful, though. You can't... I understand the humor in it, and obviously somebody created it and put it online. It landed on her timeline. But her posting it is kind of like agreeing with it, So it's just a little distasteful, but... Again, man, the sensitive thing is,
No, I
understand it.
I fully understand.
No, I understand.
Actually, let me not say I fully understand. I empathize and can see why his family would be so
100%
upset about that.
100%, I get that. But again, I don't think she meant, any disrespect.
And it's got to be frustrating because I feel like the MLK, I'm not even going to put it to the culture per se, because there's MLK fucking Toyota sales and shit. Like MLK weekend has become such a consumer thing that it's almost a mockery of these MLK sales and MLK holiday weekend shit. Like, no, it's here to honor someone that did something great for our country.
Mm-hmm.
The party flyers are one thing, but it is getting out of hand. The MLK bottle girls exist now. There was a woman going around at a strip club asking the bottle girls if Malcolm X or Martin Luther King would be a better tipper, and then giving explanations on why.
Content. People trying to create
the way to honor, and I understand everyone is talking about their environment. Yeah. That's their bubble. They're bottle girls. They're talking about their life. I get that. But at what point do we have some self-awareness of maybe this isn't the content we should do?
Listen, man, people don't have discernment. That's one thing that I'm grateful for, and a lot of people just don't have it. You got to understand that. But again, I don't think that someone like Sexxy Red intended to disrespect the legacy of Martin Luther King. Now, it is disrespectful, but I don't think that was her thing of posting it of, I'm going to disrespect Martin Luther King's legacy by this. I think that this culture now, memes and, AI things and, of that nature, people just see them, repost them without thinking about the ramifications. Is this disrespectful? Should I be posting? Somebody like Sexxy Red, who has a huge platform, has to be a little more responsible than most people on social media.
The MLK bottle girls.
Well, the MLK bottle girls can get that off. Sexxy Red can't.
Yeah, and I, again, appreciated the matureness. It's one of the best back and forths I've seen on Twitter in quite some time as far as just coming to a calm resolution. Like, yeah, I posted that not realizing that could offend someone, especially a family member. You're right, take it down. But do you want to know the answers of the MLK bottle girls?
Of who would be a better tipper between Martin Luther King?
Who do you think the consensus was? And why do you think the reason?
Well, let me just dig into this a little bit. If you know Malcolm X, you know Detroit Red. You know he was a pimp. He was hard on them hoes. You know what I mean? So I don't think he was tipping no hoes. I think the hoes was tipping him.
Okay. So the bottle girls I'll give some credit to were some historians in this case because they didn't bring up Malcolm's former name or former life, but they did say he was from the street, so I know he'd be throwing crazy cash in the strip club.
See, it's a difference. He was from the streets, but he was
working in the strip club.
He was pimping. It's different. He ain't giving no girl no money. They giving him money. That's real pimping. Malcolm X was out there real pimping, man. This ain't no play pimping. It's real pimping when you talk about Detroit Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to know
but
the
they
answer.
didn't ask Detroit Red. They asked Malcolm X.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't have Malcolm X without Detroit Red.
I get it, but I feel like the devout Muslim that Malcolm X was, Martin Luther King would be my answer. Because at least he would be allowed to go into a strip club like that.
Martin Luther King would be a better tipper.
But they all went with Malcolm X. I'm like, what's he tipping for? He doesn't even drink.
They don't know. They don't know Malcolm X. They don't know. For them to say that, they don't know. They don't know what he came.
Well, I mean, you was in Harlem at that time. Like he wasn't outside.
That Malcolm X was outside. You think me and Malcolm X walked the streets at the same time?
And it was called Malcolm X Boulevard.
Nah, Malcolm X ain't tipping. So they probably was right in saying Martin. Well, they didn't say Martin or Malcolm.
All of them said Malcolm except for one. Because it was all like, yo, Malcolm was a street guy.
They don't know. They young. They don't know. There's no way they would think that Malcolm X would tip more than Martin.
They know him as Denzel Washington, Malcolm X. No. Yeah, they got it all wrong. Definitely, I would go with Martin Luther King, for sure. Out of all our historical figures, who do you think would be the best tipper?
The best tipper? When you say historical figures, who you talking about?
It could be presidents, civil rights leaders, anyone of high stature, and they have a lot on the line. I'll put it that way. I'm not saying just some rich, popular guy because we know they're going to be spending money. I think JFK went fucking nuts.
Yeah?
You think Marilyn was giving that up for free?
Yeah, JFK.
I think he was going past what her fee was and tipping crazy. And I think his pops, who was the bootlegger, taught him how to tip.
Yeah, JFK might have been a good tipper.
I mean, he grew up in the bootleg strip club type of thing, underground nightlife.
I mean, what about Andrew Jackson? He's on the $20 bill, right?
You think he was throwing himself at the...
That's kind of like giving away pictures, like, right? Like he just giving away pictures of himself. Yeah. Andrew Jackson would probably be a good tipper.
I don't know. Knowing about that era of our leaders between leaving because they didn't want to pay tax on tips at all with England and the whole free labor thing that they were doing, I think they were penny pinching. They didn't want to pay England or the people doing the work.
I think it's weird that the girls thought that Martin would be... Because I look at Martin, like he was the type of guy, he'll go in a strip club and ask the girls, why are you doing this? Like, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, you're too pretty to be doing this. Like, Martin seems like he was that type of guy.
I think he was a devout family man and devout to the cause.
Because how old was Martin Luther King when he died? He was in his 30s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talking about a guy that, I could see Martin going in the strip club and trying to like...
Oh, see, I don't start on your CIA narrative where you tried to say Martin was in these streets, Martin had these side chicks. No, that's a CIA thing.
Oh, no,
those
no,
fake photos.
No, I'm not
see, you're giving in.
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying as a 39-year-old man, he still has some,
But 39 in the 60s is like 75.
Yeah, because when you look at pictures of Martin, it's like, yo, dog, how old was he? He looked like he was 50 for 50 years. No disrespect to Martin Luther King, but they just was looking old back then. Like,
yeah, everyone did look older.
Gee, was it the barbers? Was it the haircuts?
Do you believe in Larry David's theory that every generation gets better looking? It's hard.
It's gonna be tough with this next one though.
That's the thing.
Because a lot of these girls you think is cute, like they just got a lot of work done.
Yeah, between getting work done and makeup, it is tough to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I did agree with that up until my generation. I think every generation has gotten better looking by far.
I'm not mad. Well, we definitely
numbers wise.
definitely take better care of ourselves. We don't age as bad. Or as fast. I see some pictures of Martin when he was 25. I'm like, what? There's no way.
That was the film.
It wasn't the film, bro. Like
it was the mustache, the suit.
It was hard times, man. They listen. That civil rights shit put some years on our brothers, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that wore them out. The civil rights movement wore a lot of our leaders out, man.
Before we get off the Sexy Red conversation, this one I will take credit for. Where are we at with my 2025 predictions? I think I have at least 3 down. Sexy Red and Bruno Mars announced, well, I guess when you're listening to this, the record will be out.
Mm-hmm.
New feature. They said it's the new strip club anthem. Bruno Mars.
Who said that?
They did.
We got to start.
They did. And Justice texted that to me like 4 days ago.
I fuck Justice is my guy, but I'm not believing that.
You don't think Bruno Mars and Sexy Red are capable of creating an amazing strip club record?
Oh no, I think so. But I got to hear it first though. I'm not going to just be like, yeah, nah, it's going to shake the clubs because Justice said it. No. No, I need to hear it.
He said some shit was going to shake the club and it shook the club.
For sure. His track record might be flawless now that I think about it.
Now, I'm not going to take too much credit for this prediction because it wasn't a crazy one. Bruno having a #1 record now and going with Sexy Red, he is going to reclaim his pop crown this year. It's laid out. So I'm taking that one as a stat, but I'm not going to do a victory lap because it wasn't that crazy of that prediction.
I get the Bruno Mars thing. Bruno Mars is obviously talented. He's one of the biggest artists we have. But it's still something I'm just indifferent about when it comes to Bruno Mars. Like, I don't know if I believe Bruno Mars.
We've discussed this. There is, this was one of the major things I was killed for when we had that Bruno Mars debate of, I feel, a lack of authenticity to me personally.
Yeah.
And who the fuck am I? I'm not the scale of authenticity. Just, I don't feel it in a warm way, I believe is what I said, and I got killed. I think it's become like an adjective on Reddit in our communities of it's not warm enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little too polished for me.
Too good.
But I'm going into this. I've heard rumors that James Fauntleroy is writing a lot of this stuff again. So I'm here for that. I'm not going into this with hater ears yet. I can't wait to discuss it Monday because I do have some outrageous takes that I want to give, especially with Demaris.
About Bruno Mars?
Demaris and I had an argument off mic yesterday that I want to have after we hear the song.
Okay.
Oh, and for those, because you have to clear everything up now. For those that are wondering where Demaris is, she had to get up right before this episode to deal with some family stuff. Her mother is sick. Her dog is also about to be put down. So everyone, please flood Demaris with positive prayers and comments. She definitely needs it. Love to Baby D. Everyone just be very, very kind to her in her comments and send her love.
Right.
It's definitely a tough time right now. But when she gets back on Monday, we're having that Bruno Mars debate.
I'm down for it, especially after we hit a record.
One trick pony.
You think Bruno's a one trick pony? I can't say he's a one trick because he does the character thing very well. Like whatever type of sound he's coming out with for his next album, Bruno does a good job of actually living and becoming that character throughout the year.
And by the way, I think Bruno Mars, you could say, is a legend already and will definitely become one. He can still be a one trick pony.
No, I mean, to me, Bruno Mars is
a really, really good trick.
It's like if you go on
the best trick.
A good cruise with like a cool chick, you have a good time. And it's like every night, like the karaoke, the guy that's like performing on the cruise ship is like, yo, he's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like every song sounds like the song that he does. You know what I'm saying? He has rhythm, he can dance. It's like, yo, he might be able to become somebody if he get off this cruise ship.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Bruno Mars, I think, got off the cruise ship. But it's still kind of like, I just feel like he could hear a song that somebody else created, like an artist did, and be like, I can sing that and perform that exactly the way that artist did. It's like, who's Bruno Mars? Like, I still don't know who Bruno Mars is.
He's the definition of a pop star in that way. If you need me to do something, I will do it perfectly.
I could do it.
Just show me what you need.
Yeah.
I will recreate whatever genre that you want me to vulture.
Yes, I understand what you're saying when you say the vulture word. I get it. Because it's just like if you go to a resort and, you know, the guy that's the waiter is Michael Jackson at night. He performs at night. It's like, oh, that's the bartender that was here on the beach in the morning. At night, now he's Michael Jackson. And it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know he could dance and sing.
Yeah.
That's what Bruno Mars reminds. He's talented, obviously. We that's not what we're talking about. I just don't connect to Bruno Mars. Like as great as Silk Sonic album was, and what was the other one before that? 24 Karat Magic.
It's a perfect album.
Great albums. You can check my phone right now, Rory. I have not played a Bruno Mars song in probably 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah. It's like somebody just went to him and said, there's a void in New Jack Swing. And Bruno said, you know what? I'm going to do it better than everyone that's ever done it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to like it.
Yeah, I don't, and I was surprised that I didn't know, again, pardon my ignorance, I looked at Bruno Mars as far as like where he's at on Apple with his numbers yearly. I didn't know this many people was listening to Bruno Mars. I get it, he's a star. There's no doubt about it. Once you do the Super Bowl halftime show, obviously you have to be, at a certain level, but I just didn't know. I didn't know Bruno Mars was out here doing numbers like that every year.
Oh no, he's one of the biggest
in the world. I had no idea. Again,
some time.
Because I don't, and I've never heard you play Bruno Mars. Never walked in the office and heard anybody playing Bruno Mars.
Well, it's not our shit, but that wouldn't mean that it's not.
But I've never heard. Where do you hear Bruno Mars at?
Well, when 24 Karat Magic came out, I heard it literally everywhere.
But you didn't hear.
I think they had like
you heard it like going into Bloomingdale.
The speakers that they use for 9/11 for the plane sounds. I would just walk around the city and hear.
But that's
Bruno
what
Mars.
I'm saying. You hear
like,
when you going shopping
everywhere.
When you going shopping, they'll be playing it. It's good like shopping music. It's like he reminds you that you need
There's
socks.
a very ironic thing going on right now, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
What is irony?
Mos Def had a very similar take about another artist.
About who?
Nobody.
Who's the artist? No, let's talk about it. Who's the artist? About Nas? Really?
No, it's fine.
Nas?
We can move on.
No way Mos Def said that about Nas.
Because he didn't. I'm lying.
Oh, okay. All right.
While we're talking about culture vultures, and we will finish that Bruno Mars convo with Baby D next week because she is like the Bruno stan. And I don't want to sit here and shit on Bruno without someone that represents his camp to prove that Maul and I are wrong. Because I know there's a lot of Bruno lovers out there.
I know.
We're just haters.
I'm admitting I'm wrong. I had no idea Bruno was doing those numbers every year. Like I had no idea. I'm wrong. I'm saying me personally, I just can't connect to Bruno Mars's music like that. Like I recognize that it's good. Like whenever he drops an album, I listen to it. I'm like, okay, nah, he dope. But I never go back to it and play it. I never like go back and like, let me hear that Bruno Mars album. I've never said that in my life.
Speaking of culture vultures, was it last episode or 2 episodes before that when we were talking about the Mac Miller album and that got us into somewhat of the white on white crime that happens within hip hop media and even hip hop fans for that matter.
I love white on white crime.
When we're not really like, we go in wanting to hate other white people because we want to be the white people in the space. It was a fun, lighthearted conversation, whatever. I'm not saying that DJ Vlad heard that conversation whatsoever. I think it's actually a coincidence and funny. But he went on Math Hoffa's podcast and discussed white on white crime.
Okay.
He brought up that he does not get along with me and that all white people in media do that because they want to be the only one there and to prove that all the other white people aren't as hip hop as they are, which I thought was funny. Cool. Vlad has been saying things for months on months. Cool. I've said shit too. I have no real issue with Vlad. I've even come on here and complimented him. And I feel like he always skips the compliments and goes to the one time I didn't like when he brought like the victim's father on with the guy that murdered. And just I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But I'm critical of everything the same way Vlad is. His platform, which I do watch certain things, is turned into the Vlad podcast. He talks more than the guest, which is cool. He still puts on a great, great platform. I just think he's out of touch with the whites, and that's why he's not liked. Because like we said last episode, I've never been that. I'm really close with Peter Rosenberg. I just did Bootleg Kev's show last year, 2 years ago for my album. Me and Kev talk, love him. It's The Real, my guys. Drewski at Hot 97. We had a weird tiff in the beginning that was, I admitted I was wrong and it was my fault. Me and Drewski are super cool. Maybe it's not a white thing. Maybe it's a Vlad thing. Because the rest of us in white hip hop media get along great.
Do those guys not get along with Vlad? Like,
I don't know.
Him and Rosenberg cool?
I don't know. Contrary to Vlad's belief, at our white hip hop conferences and dinners, we don't bring up Vlad. I don't know the status with Vlad and everyone else. I just think it was a bad angle to take with math, because how I would have flipped that entire thing is, well, look at Rory being so cool with all these other white media personalities, but then only has beef with black media personalities. That's the culture vulture route I would go. Like, why is he so chummy with It's the Real and Rosenberg? Why are he going on Bootleg Kev's show? But then he has smoke with Charlemagne. Him and Gilly got into it one time. That's the route I would take, Vlad. You went the wrong way to try to kill me. I'm actually the culture vulture. I'm the one chumming up with the white people and attacking the black people.
What do we have to do to get you and Vlad to like sit and, not on camera, like just sit and talk and kind of like figure out where's the disconnect?
I don't know if this isn't a shot. I just don't know if I'd have a reason to talk to Vlad, because there isn't really an issue. One time.
Clearly there's an issue.
Well, it was.
He didn't like something you said. He never gets the compliments.
I'm trying to actually remember the history. So we, of course, talked about Vlad on the old show. Then when the show broke up, Vlad was on some maybe on live on his own platform, I think. It was one of those like FaceTime things. And he was like, Rory doesn't seem very intelligent, because now he only beefed with me because his co-host did. And now he's beefing with that co-host. Doesn't seem very intelligent to me, which is like, damn, I wasn't gonna leave the pod because I may not have Vlad on. Like it was the most egotistical thing. I was like, what? How does your brain even come to that conclusion? And
I'm always so fascinated when I hear this.
It blew my mind when he said, I was like, what the fuck? So wait, you think every decision all of us make is based on our relationship with Vlad? Like after that, I was like, damn, now I got egg on my face. I can't even get Vlad.
Yeah.
So I think I replied to that when we were with Royce, and that never came out. But I've complimented. I think he's changed his platform. I think he went from the super exploitive shit. I think anyone that went up there and snitched on themselves is a grown man. It's their fault. I think when he took advantage of some of the younger people that needed a way out of their situation, and Vlad having a huge platform is a way to do that, and went up there without the knowledge of what they were saying. Now, Vlad has every right to do that. I just thought it was a little weird. Yeah. I think he's completely changed that. I think he has a great platform now.
We got a 2025, man. We dead in all beefs, man.
Are we?
I'm going to do my part to help you dead any beefs that you have. I don't have any beefs.
Yeah, like, you deading the white on white crime.
I have to. Somebody has to step in, because this shit is out of control, man. Y'all are going crazy. You know
how are we going crazy?
Because y'all just fighting.
Has there been any other white on white beef? Like, I feel Vlad on that stereotype, but I can't really remember that being a thing.
Nah, it's not a thing. Just like black on black crime isn't a thing. Same.
I agree.
You said it's the same type of thing.
See, that's where Vlad's pulling from.
Exactly. So, Rory, you always laugh at me whenever I have to take an Uber, and yeah, it's a female driver. We've had this talk before, and how uncomfortable I am.
Because you're sexist.
One of my favorite Curb Your Enthusiasm episodes ever is when Larry had a female driver, and she wanted to help him with his luggage. He wouldn't let her.
And then had her do it walking on the set.
Yeah. So I'm not as mad or as opposed to, now I do think that Uber needs to do something. I don't think, just for safety reasons, I don't think women should be driving. No, seriously, like we live in a crazy fucking world. I don't think women should be driving, picking up strange random men at night. I don't think Uber should allow women to drive at night. I just don't. I'll die on that hill. I just think that it's not safe. I don't care if they have the app and you have the history and you can find out who it was. I don't care about none of that. Women should not be driving and picking up random people at night.
Where do you draw the line? Do we put a curfew on women walking at night?
No, I'm just saying.
They walk past random people.
Yeah, but it's different when you're in a car. When somebody's sitting behind you in your car at night, is just think about that for a second. I don't care that we have this device and this app and you have my credit card information. I don't give a fuck about that. Think about a woman driving and just picking up a random man at night. At 11 p.m., 12 midnight, she picks up a random man. I just don't think that Uber should allow women to do that. Now, on the flip side, hold on, let me land this. On the flip side, I don't think that men should be allowed to fucking do Uber Eats. I think like
You
Instacart.
didn't land it. You know when you're about to land,
listen.
and then the plane just keeps going because it missed the fucking runway?
Nothing is worse than a fucking dude picking up your food, bro. Men don't care about other men's food. We pick up shit, we swing it all around on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
You bring me my fucking coffee, it's in the bag.
Yeah, no one told you to order coffee on Uber Eats. That's your fault.
And forget Instacart. Instacart definitely shouldn't have men doing that.
Okay.
Men don't know how to pick fruit at a grocery store. Like we don't read labels. If I say, yo, I want milk, you're not looking at the type of milk that I said specifically. Men are just going and grabbing milk.
So you're saying women should do the Uber Eats?
Women should do, because women pay more attention to detail.
Okay.
So like if a woman is picking up your food, she's gonna make sure that it's wrapped properly. I'm just going off of my history. If anytime I've ordered Uber Eats, anytime food has spilled or was like messed up, it was always a guy to deliver.
Have you ever ordered Uber Eats at night?
Yeah.
She went to your door?
Sometimes, yeah. But that's safe. But that's safer. Because nobody's.
No, it's not.
How? Nobody's in the car with her.
I haven't thought about this. This is off the whim, but I feel like it'd be easy to grab a woman and bring her into your house, which would be way more dangerous than being in the car.
Fuck no. You sound crazy as hell. You think it's easier to pull somebody in your apartment than you think it's safer?
Jeffrey Dahmer did it for years and cooked everything up.
Nah, he met them at the club. See, that's where you went wrong at. They wasn't doing
Even
Uber
harder.
Eats.
He had to lure them with his charm, and he was a psychopath.
Drunk. They was drunk and intoxicated. They was partying. That's a difference. Getting in a car is way more dangerous than somebody delivering food to your door.
What if I live down a long driveway that's really dark? She comes to my door, lights are all off. I open the door and the lights are off.
But now you're setting the scene for fucking Scream 4. You setting it like, yeah. Why are you living in the dark alley? I'm just going by your logic because I do believe you want women to be safe. But if they're doing Uber Eats at night, it's still the same danger. I don't think so. I think it's a little safer. I think delivering food, because I could drop the food at the door, take the picture, send it to you, walk, food is at the door.
Or if I'm a psychopath, similar to the guy.
If you're a psychopath, don't matter where you at.
Similar to the guy that would just be getting Ubers and canceling them until it was a woman because he had an agenda. That same guy could watch that little bike go all the way to the restaurant and all the way to his house. And the moment she drops that bag, could be right there.
No, that's true.
And he could have it's way different. He could have some Home Alone shit already set up. He's got time and it's his home.
Yeah, but I still think it's safer for women to do Instacart, Uber Eats than it is to drive and pick up random people at night.
How does Uber put this press release out? If you're the copywriter, you're PR. How are we saying, women, you have a curfew and cannot drive after this time? But if you want to deliver eggs, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I think that's dope. I think it shows that they're concerned about women's safety.
True.
Yeah. You think that people will be offended? You think women like, I can't pick up people at midnight?
Yeah.
First of all, how many female drivers do you get at night?
I mean,
that's something that I don't see at all. Like, it's very random that you call an Uber past 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and a woman picks you up.
Why are we doing this ban for just like a every now and then situation?
Because I feel like women, or women that work Uber or Uber Eats, I think they kind of already feel like I'm not working at night. I think they say that to themselves. Like, I'm not picking up no random people at night. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll go out early in the morning. I'll go out at 8 a.m. and I'm done at 4 p.m.
And I'm saying, if that's such a small percentage, you were upset with the COVID ban, and that was millions of people dying. Now we're banning like 3 or 4 women from working.
No, I'm just saying that I think that it puts the message out there. Like, we want to Uber, it wants to protect women. Like, we don't want women outside driving around picking up strangers, because that's exactly what we are to each other, strangers at night. I don't think that there's anything offensive about that.
What time does the ban start?
Why are you calling it a ban?
It's because it's a ban.
It's not a ban. See, when you put
what's the definition of ban?
Yeah, but when you put the word ban on it, it makes it seem like, you know what I mean? Like, don't say ban, say, hey, listen.
Are you saying legally prohibit?
I'm saying legally prohibit, yes.
That would be the definition of ban,
but it
sir.
doesn't,
it's a verb.
Yeah, but it doesn't sting as much as ban. Ban means like...
And what's funny, the sentence they have here is, she was banned from driving for a year. That's really what it says on dictionary.com.
See, so we're already there. We're already halfway home. Somebody's feeling what I'm saying. I absolutely feel
Miriam knew what time it was?
I absolutely feel like women that work for Uber should only do Instacart and Uber Eats at night.
Is it based off time zones, like when the sun is going down?
I think after 8 p.m.,
Okay.
I think that's probably a safe time.
And then we're saying immediately to the kitchen from 8 to 10. Are we putting anything on their ankle? Like, are they get zapped if they go to the car?
But we could do, yeah. Like if they get pulled over and the cops see that they're working, they could get a fine. And
what's funny is you're also trying to ban transgenders. I can easily see women.
Well, Donald Trump did that.
I can easily see women just saying they're another gender to continue. And then it's like, you can't say anything. I identify as a male. You're going to stop me from working?
I'm telling you, I have not. It's very rare that I've gotten a female driver late at night. Very, very rare.
Because she should be putting the kids to sleep, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe women just have this thing where they know, like, I'm not picking up random people at night. I just feel like let's leave Instacart to women.
Okay, what about...
I'd rather a woman pick up my groceries than a man.
What about men that can't defend themselves?
Well, we have another name for those guys. Like, they don't need to be working at all. They need to be... They need to be in a gym or at a dojo.
So now all of a sudden we're saying the inmate firefighters are the ones that are driving Uber? It's all tough guys?
At night, it should be. Yeah. Let the tough guys run into the psychopaths. Let's see how that's content. That's like the new taxi cab confession. Well, that's what we need to do. Put taxi cab confessions in these Ubers. That's what we need at night.
It's just going to be drunk people throwing up in the backseat. And some poor guy trying to clean it at a gas station.
I watch that shit on YouTube anyway. They have a channel where they show like Uber drivers like getting into it with passengers. Love that type of shit on YouTube.
I just think you're trying to get Uber in a whole gender war that they are not prepared for.
I'm telling you, man. I think subconsciously female drivers already think that. And this is why you don't see many female drivers on the road late at night. I think they subconsciously feel that way. Like it's just safer to be home and not picking up random people late at night.
Have you been called in to be a character witness for the A$AP Rocky trial?
No, and I'm thankful that I'm not. I saw that he turned down.
All of Uptown had to go.
No, I saw that A$AP Rocky turned down the plea deal. I think they offered him 180 days or something like that, which is roughly about 6 months, half the year.
3 years probation. Turned that down. And he's facing up to 24 years. Now, I'm with him and his defense. That video is not what everyone's making it out to see. Like, you can't really see if A$AP is doing anything. And the gun they were saying was a prop gun that he carries around with him when he's with his security, just in case.
Okay, prop gun. Somebody was really shot.
Yeah, A$AP is saying that he was not the one. He pled not guilty to shooting him.
Somebody else did it.
Well, someone got shot. And A$AP pled not guilty. And his defense is saying the gun that A$AP had is a prop gun that he always brings around. A$AP isn't saying, I know who shot someone else. He's just saying, I didn't do that shit. And that gun that you see in that video
is a prop.
Yeah, and I carry a prop all the time.
So the video where it shows Rocky and everybody else is out there, and then what it looks like he raises the gun and fires it, people start running. That wasn't really, that was a prop.
I mean, they gotta prove if that was Rocky that...
Well, yeah, I mean, got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. I understand that, but if I'm Rocky, I would have took that 180 days and sat my ass down, and that would have been the end of that.
Not when you have PTSD of slipping on semen with Casanova. I take my chance. I'm not sitting down for a day. I'm not going to the Tombs for a weekend. I'm not committing a crime on a Friday, Saturday, nothing.
Listen, now I know
not if I slipped on semen in a shower.
He's facing up to 24 years. He definitely won't be doing 24 years in prison. I just don't know with that video, and I get it. Rihanna is that's your wife and the mother of your children. She's very powerful, obviously, has some great lawyers at her disposal, which means you have great lawyers at your disposal. I don't know if I would have rolled the dice on this one. I think that was a deal. That's a deal. That's harder than...
His lawyers have to be confident, though. If you turn it down 6 months for 24 years...
Well, he's definitely... I mean, what he's being accused of doing carries a maximum of 24 years. He definitely will not be doing anywhere near that. But...
I think their strategy is to continue with trial, bring more evidence to get another plea that just puts him on probation. I don't think he's taking this all the way to a jury decision. I think they're probably trying to get a better plea deal.
Yeah, but I'm okay, and if that is the play, which it could be, how long does that go? Because by now, if I would have took that 6 months, this would have been over.
Here's my thing. Look at the opportunity A$AP could have with 6 months in prison being sponsored by Fenty. He could do more for prison reform than Meek ever could. Imagine skincare routines in prison with Rocky.
Like if Fenty started like supplying the prisons with like body wash and
as
face
much as I'm
wash.
joking, that would be an amazing thing to do for prisoners.
Yeah.
Because I know they are lacking all nutrition, juices,
what if
and
they do,
skincare.
They could do like the official underwear, socks, the official jumpsuits.
Now you're going to have dudes looking at Rocky a little different in there for his own safety. Keep it a skincare.
What do you mean?
Do the underwear when he's out.
No, but you need underwear. You need socks in prison. You need the jumpsuit.
So you want Rocky in 6 months to model his drawers in the day room?
No. That's not. See, now you're going somewhere else.
Like,
I'm not saying he's modeling anything. I'm saying the prison system doesn't have the best fabric.
I agree. I know.
If my wife is Rihanna, she has a great line like Fenty. If I have to go do 6 months, the way I would spin this as a PR move is say, hey, I was in the prison system. I had to do 6 months. I noticed that the conditions that the inmates are in,
a great opportunity.
Let's flip this. Let's get a contract where we now supply the prison systems in California with undergarments, boxers, socks, t-shirts, jumpsuits, some slides for the bathroom, shower slides, whatever, skincare routine. Because, they're inmates. Some of them are pieces of shit. They don't, fuck them. But some of them is like in jail for things that, it's like he's not a terrible guy, but he's in prison.
Yeah, but like between cigarettes and other commissary and like that being currency in jail, can you imagine what the Fenty product would be? That's like the new crypto in prison. If you got a couple of moisturizers, you lose a spade's hand and have to give up a moisturizer. Yeah, you get stabbed in the shower.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be gambling. I bet you 4 face washes, my nigga. Like,
what's your makeup number? That's not how Fenty work.
Yeah,
yo, that's my number. That would knew it. What size shoes are those?
But that would have been dope though.
I agree.
If I'm Rocky, that would have been dope, man. Like, listen, man, we gonna turn this, unfortunate
the TikTok
situation.
Videos of Rocky in his own cell. Everyone asked me about my skincare routine.
No.
And then he could do the voiceover TikTok ones. I spent this morning.
You don't have to do that. No, you don't have to do that.
Worked out on the yard.
Let's just get the contracts where Fenty now supplies the prison systems with all, toiletries and underclothes. Yeah, socks, shit like that. Things that prisoners need. I think it would have been dope, but him turning down this plea deal was shocking to me. I thought he would have took that and, like a 6 months. Again, one day in jail is too much, but facing what he's facing and then the evidence that they have and how great lawyers can make shit disappear, I understand that. I just don't know if I would have rolled the dice though.
And in California, not that I would ever want to go to jail in New York, I would just at least know more people. Mm-hmm. Cali, if I committed a crime, I wouldn't even I'd call you first.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
Can you?
Yeah. I'm not.
Can you plug me in with the social pipeline of gang members in Los Angeles? Because I'm fucked.
And didn't they, if I remember, didn't they send Homeland Security to his house?
I think so.
They went into his crib with full riot gear.
But he was trying to leave or something.
Full SWAT. The SWAT went in his house.
Well, let's not act like they don't do that with celebrities just because it gets headlines. That's how you get prosecutors that get promotions and come on.
Well, anytime you fire a weapon on the streets of California, that is the way that they are gonna come after you and try to arrest you. They're coming like that.
I don't want to sound too liberal here with moisturizers and that entire shit. I don't want anyone discharging a firearm on a public Los Angeles street. Lock those people up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Something like this is a serious. And it's crazy because I just asked somebody about this maybe 3 weeks ago. I was like, yo, whatever happened to the Rocky case? That's not something that's going away. You fire a weapon on the streets of California and they know you did it or they have video, you're going to face that day. You're going to court for that. You're going to jail for that. Yeah. Which is why when I saw he turned the plea down, I was like, I get it. Then,
well,
listen.
He spent 3 Christmases in Barbados, trying to prolong this case a little bit.
Yeah, but 6 months, he would be home before Christmas.
This was before they even went to trial.
I would have took that 180. I'm sorry. If I'm Rocky, I'd take the 180.
The way you're saying that, I guess I just have a different lens to that. 6 months in jail is a long fucking time.
1 day in jail is a long time. And depending on what jail you in, I understand that. But I'm definitely not going to think about all the lawyer fees, prolonging it to possibly most likely still end up getting some time. Nah, bro. Let me take this 180. I'll be home in 6 months. It'll be like this shit never even happened.
New year, new me. It's 2025. It's the perfect opportunity to start over. I know someone's listening to this right now with an amazing business idea, but they have no idea how to get it started.
Mhm.
They're a little nervous, which is understandable.
Right.
But this is the year that you take that business idea and put it in motion. And the first step in that, to me, is Shopify.
The best time to start your new business is right now. Shopify makes it simple to create your brand, open for business, and get your first sale. Get your store up and running easily with thousands of customizable templates, no coding or design skills required. All you need to do is drag and drop.
Stop making excuses, man. With Shopify, your first sale is way closer than you really think it is.
What happens if you don't act now? Will you regret it? What if someone beat you to the idea? Don't kick yourself when you hear this again in the year because you didn't do anything now.
Established in 2025 has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/RoryMall, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/RoryMall to start selling with Shopify today. Shopify.com/RoryMall. Mississippi politicians are filing the Contraception Begins at Erection Act.
What does that mean?
That means if you want a nut, it has to be to try to create a child.
What? What is it? Explain this better to me, bro. What are you talking about?
Politicians in Mississippi,
Right.
and we're not acting like this is ever going to go through, but
Okay.
you can just file shit if you want to,
Right.
that in order to discharge your glue, it has to be with the intent to fertilize a woman. Or, whatever you want to call it these days.
So
not a woman, whatever.
Senator Bradford Blackman says the bill would make it unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material. First of all, I have never heard, let's call it semen. I have never heard semen
What Rocky slipped on.
be called genetic material?
Yeah.
Okay. Unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent to fertilize an embryo.
Now, he's a freak. Because how are you going to monitor this? Maybe we take all the women that can't drive Ubers after 8 p.m. to monitor each man at their house.
Oh,
that would keep them safe, right?
Oh, this is an easy loophole. All you got to do is not come.
I'm going to come.
Because it says it's unlawful. Because it says
I'm going to come.
It says it's unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent to fertilize an embryo. So as long as I don't come, there's no crime committed.
First of all, the court system is already jam-packed to try to figure out what the intent of a crime was. How are you going to prove that I was intending to get someone pregnant or not? And I love your loophole of just not nutting.
Yeah.
You're just going to beat off and just wait?
It's called edging. You know, you get to the point that you're about to be like, oh, listen, this is against the law. I can't do this. You know what I mean? You got to back out of that thing slowly and be like, listen, I can't, because I don't have an intent to fertilize your embryo right now. So I'm not going to discharge my genetic material.
Okay, but all right, let's say I pull out and nut. Is she an accessory after the fact? Is that my Cody now?
Yeah, she's your Cody.
Because this does feel...
Y'all both in jail.
This does feel like it is
Imagine being locked up because you couldn't get her pregnant.
Yo, and imagine she's your Cody and she flips on you?
Yeah.
Does that make her a rat?
Absolutely.
Yes,
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what she is.
Imagine going to witness protection because you ratted on your man nutting.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever... Like, look at what we...
This is stupid.
Look at the bills that are being presented.
Who even knows if this is actually real, even though it's on a news site?
It's hilarious.
Somebody probably said this in passing at a government building and they reported on it.
So they want us to practice... They want everybody in the state of Mississippi to practice semen retention, basically. Like, if you're not trying to get a woman pregnant...
in the South, that's not crazy for politicians because a lot of them are super religious. That's some church shit.
Yeah.
You should only be fucking after you're married or with the intent.
I can't wait to get that line. Genetic material? Oh, man, I can't wait to tell a young harlot to make my genetic material disappear. Take my genetic... Discard of my genetic material, will you?
Also, it would be funny, like, cleaning up your nut like it was a crime scene. Like, babe, get the bleach.
Get the bleach, limes, all of that. Yeah. Wash the sheets immediately. We got to wash
and
the sheets.
Like legitimately burying a comforter like 6 feet under. Yeah. Like they'll never find. I'm a 2-strike offender. I can't go back.
Genetic material. That is the first time I've ever read that. You cannot discharge your genetic material without the intent to fertilize an embryo.
I think it makes sense.
This is just birth control. No, I get it. Semen retention. We should all practice it sometime.
It's just like birth control. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Maul, I have to interrupt this important podcast with breaking news. And it might break you too, Maul. While we're recording, I just looked on Twitter.
It might break me. It's hilarious. Why is this news going to break me? Let's hear it.
All the listeners, I promise we are not going to get in some rabbit hole. This is all for fun. Everyone relax going into this topic. While we were recording, Kendrick dropped a trailer, his second trailer for his Super Bowl performance, where he was talking to SZA, and then she gets right behind him with the Gatorade cooler and throws it over like they just won the Super Bowl. She will be performing with him at halftime, which us and the rest of the world predicted would probably happen. All right, man.
What?
No, nothing at all.
Listen, great.
Do we get a full SZA set?
We better. We better get a full SZA set. You better let SZA get a full set at the halftime show. Why not? Okay. SZA. Sounds great. Great songs. Looks great. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We just spoke about John Legend and the Fireman. Yes. You think the football players want to see Kendrick or SZA?
I think the football players will be focused on their halftime adjustments during that moment and focused on the biggest game of their lives.
This is it's another day. This is another game. We already know our game plan. We know what we running.
Halftime adjustments mean nothing in the Super Bowl.
Nah, man, we don't adjust. You can't change a player's game in the ninth inning. You know that. This is who we are. This is what we do.
You was when you got here.
Yeah, this is who we are. This is how we got here.
Any coach that would allow their team to go to the TV to watch the halftime performance,
got to keep the team loose, man.
How did you even get to the Super Bowl?
Keep the team loose, man. Everybody be loose in the locker room. Just another day at the park, man. That's all that is.
We had predicted that he was going to bring out SZA as a guest to perform All the Stars because that was a hit. Now that between when we said that and today, Kendrick and SZA have damn near given us an EP of features together. Do we think any of those make it? And I like those songs a lot. Are they Super Bowl worthy yet? Or does they do All the Stars and then we get a SZA hit record set and then back to Kendrick and his hits?
I could see maybe they do 30 for 30. I think that makes sense at the Super Bowl.
Just like a quick little 15 seconds.
30 for 30s is documentaries, usually sports documentary type of thing. So at the Super Bowl,
because like
I get it.
Luther and Gloria are great. I do like those records a lot on GNX. Just out of Kendrick's and SZA's entire catalog, like where do you sneak those in at a Super Bowl?
I mean, Rihanna,
they're great new records.
Rihanna did some records that I don't think we thought she would have done. Right? Yeah, it happens. I think sometimes you just do the records that people love. It doesn't matter that you're at the Super Bowl. You do the records that you know people like.
I don't know about all that. What record from Rihanna? Let me pull this up. Apple Music that's still paying us more money than Spotify, even though they keep raising Spotify's rate. Rihanna started with Bitch Better Have My Money, Where Have You Been, Only Girl, We Found Love, Rude Boy, Work, Wild Thoughts, Pour It Up, All of the Lights, Run This Town, Umbrella, Diamonds. It's kind of a seal tight set list right there of hit fucking records.
No, hit records, but
nothing shocked me in that set list. Like, damn, she's giving us James joint.
I would have never
Get
guessed.
Over It was played.
I would have never guessed that she was going to perform Rude Boy.
Really?
Yeah. At the Super Bowl? No.
It's one of her biggest records.
So like I said, with SZA and Kendrick, they're going to perform their biggest records. It doesn't matter if the song fits the Super Bowl or not. I don't think you go into it with, is this a Super Bowl performance record? I just think you go with your biggest jokers.
I think the opposite. I think this is an amazing promo for their tour that's coming up. But I think they go Kendrick hits, All Stars, All the Stars. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. SZA does like 2 or 3, 4 of her hits, and then we get Kendrick right back to end the show. I don't know if they're going to sit there and do Luther. I just don't see it.
Can we have a real conversation now? Now that you got all that out.
I'm scared to, but sure.
What you scared of? I'm your man.
I'm scared all the time.
I just want to know.
I was born scared.
All right, so is this not a cheat code though? Can we just be like, cause y'all gonna paint me as this hater and all of that? I'm just saying,
Okay, is it a cheat code? Maybe, but is it also a very smart move? Do I think Kendrick Lamar could have done the Super Bowl halftime by himself? Absolutely. Him doing this tour with SZA, I think it was a good move.
Why?
They're doing stadiums. I need all the promo I can get. Any artist would. Everyone relax. I'm not saying Kendrick needs promo. They're doing a stadium tour. Any artist would need promo for that. They're both superstars. It's not like it's Kendrick opening up by SZA. It's a joint tour with stadiums. So yeah, if I'm about to do a stadium with the biggest platform, I might as well bring my co-star with me. Would you not?
You're not answering the question. Is it a cheat code?
What's the cheat code? I'm answering a question with a question I understand, but I want to know what
Well,
you
see, yeah, because now you're trying to paint me in this corner so I can come out swinging and look like the crazy fucking
I don't want that.
upset guy, and
When we
I'm
took
a
quick
hater,
break,
and I'm a
Peach
fucking
came out the bathroom,
blazer.
I said, oh, fuck, we either got a good gift or the worst thing ever when I saw that trailer.
I'm just saying, like, you know, let's just call it what it is.
If he would have announced it with SZA in the beginning, and it was like, all right, Super Bowl announcement, halftime will be SZA and Kendrick, the way it was maybe Beyonce, Bruno Mars, I could see your argument on that side. But it's been enough time and everyone has already thought that he could do the Super Bowl. You think Hove hired him saying, I'm only doing this if you bring SZA with you? I think Kendrick added her on after he already took it on. But what would be the cheat? What is he cheating? He already got the gig.
No, yeah, he got the gig.
Super Bowl is going to sell out with or without him bringing SZA on.
That's a fact.
Or bringing Kendrick on.
That's a fact.
So what's the cheat code? Or is it good marketing for the tour that I am about to put on?
Don't see you throwing that in there. It's obviously great. It's the biggest stage that either one of them have ever performed on. Obviously, it's great. It's a great promo opportunity. I'm not arguing that. It's smart. It's great business. But let's act like these cameras and these mics ain't on right now. Let's act like that. Can we act like that for 5 minutes?
Yes.
All right. So if any other artist did this, will we not be giving them shit for it?
Josh, can I get an espresso martini?
Will we not be getting shit for it? Will we not be giving them shit for doing this?
Okay. I don't even see the lights or the cameras.
I don't either.
But I still see them. So I'm giving you half an answer. The way you say, if Steph, Bron, everyone throws their rings on the table, everyone's going to look at that bubble ring and go, nah, I don't know if we count that.
Right.
I think every artist that did a solo Super Bowl halftime would look at Kendrick like, nah, I'm not counting that. Now me, I don't give a fuck.
No, it's great music.
But
I don't care about that.
I think every artist that carried a Super Bowl performance all by themselves would look at the other ones if they were to be on a list of like the greater ones and was like, nah, man. Look what Rihanna did by herself. It was insane. But I also think what Dre did with Snoop, Mary, M, 50, and Kendrick was one of my favorites of all time. But I could see why Prince would fucking laugh at it with his Purple Rain performance. So I think some people would have asterisks, but we had Justin and I mean, I don't know. This happens all the time.
No.
Janet Jackson and Justin is what was, and I'm not saying SZA and Kendrick are that, but we've had this happen where there's two performers.
Now I could be wrong. No. Having somebody come out as a guest on your set, that happens.
Was it a cheat code with Beyonce Maroon 5? Like, is that a cheat code?
I'm asking you because right now it seems that it's being promoted as Kendrick and SZA halftime performance. Now, when Beyonce did it, or when other artists did it, yeah, they had people come out and do a guest song, But we're talking about now it's being announced as the Kendrick and SZA halftime show. At least that's what it just said on the promo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like what we thought where we're like, he's going to bring SZA out and it's going to be
We knew that already. We knew that already.
I didn't anticipate
We anticipated
her
that
being
SZA
on
would
the
be
bill.
there.
But by the way, congratulations to SZA. That's
amazing.
Incredible.
Congratulations to
Fucking
both
girl
of them.
from Maplewood, New Jersey is now doing halftime Super Bowl.
Congratulations to Kendrick and SZA. I'm looking forward to this. I'm just saying, if we act like these mics and these cameras ain't on, are we having a conversation of, all right, man, did that load get a little heavy at them rehearsals and you start looking at that set list?
No. I'm not.
I'm
even
just
if the cameras
saying.
was off, I'm not letting you do that.
Because I'm getting my shit off. I'm getting my shit off.
No,
I'm getting my shit off.
Okay. And
Let me get
you're
my shit off.
contradicting your shit. Because when we left that shit at the Barclays Center, Mr. Morale Tour, you said, oh my God, Kendrick Lamar put on damn near a Broadway play.
Absolutely.
How could you put on a show like that when you rap that many words in one fucking verse?
There's
no way I feel like Kendrick Lamar, who has
at the
done,
Super Bowl?
it means I think he's capable of putting on a Super Bowl halftime show
My
by
auntie
himself.
is a man now is not ringing off at the Super Bowl. Pepsi ain't stamping that.
So you're suggesting
Pepsi ain't stamping that.
that Kendrick, the low got too much during rehearsals, and then also Pepsi was like, nah, he's got to bring someone else in.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, can we
They all signed off on that before. I know we all say Hove is the majority person that picks the halftime. I'm sure he does.
It's more people.
But if you don't think Hove doesn't check with the major sponsors of the halftime show or who's going to be putting commercials at that time, you are strongly mistaken. They all was like, all right, Kendrick Lamar, cool. This is what we'll offer for advertising. They're not now like, yo, we need SZA there. I think it's a great addition.
That's not what I said. Why you keep trying to remix what I said?
All right, maybe I misunderstood.
I'm asking you, do you think that these mics and cameras are not here? Look at me in my eyes.
Okay.
Look to me in my face.
I'm looking.
Do you think that Kendrick got there and got to his performances and rehearsals and was like, you know what, let me just bust this bag. Let me bust this down with SZA. Like, let's split this. It's me and SZA. Because he probably realized like, damn, I got to do, this is a lot of performing. This is a big field. I got to kind of like move around so many moving parts, things that he never did before. That's like the first time he's probably been on the stage this big. We can agree to that.
Yes.
With this many moving
This is
pieces.
by far the biggest
This
platform
is a tough thing to carry.
most artists ever have had.
Exactly. So do we think that he got in rehearsal and looked back and was like, fuck yeah, we going on tour. Let me just bust this down with SZA.
No, not in the slightest. I think it's a big load for having to do a stadium tour and rehearse that with SZA. I think it was maybe a smart move to put those two things together. But in no way do I think Kendrick Lamar, as strategic and intelligent as we know him to be, would ever take a Super Bowl halftime gig not being confident in delivering. I don't think there's a world where that happens.
I'm not saying not confident in delivering. I'm saying
I think Kendrick Lamar is in shape. I saw him doing Mexican burpees in Brooklyn.
That's great.
He can move around that whole field.
For sure.
He'll be fine. I think it was a very smart move with everything him and SZA
It's
were going
obviously
to
a smart move. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying let's get to the decision of the smart move. How do we get to the decision of the move being smart? Like what conversations start happening internally?
I guess I know we're speculating on everything, but I'd rather like to know when the decision of the GNX tour being the SZA and Kendrick tour happened. Did that happen prior to the Super Bowl or after? If it happened after and that's something they wanted to do, yeah, I would remix that plan and go, well, let's use this opportunity to put on a performance that would end up promoting our stadium tour. Would you not do that?
Okay.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Listen, man, you know, I'm just looking at the optics, that's all. Either way, it's gonna be a great performance. Obviously, this is Kendrick Lamar SZA that we're talking about. Two of the dopest artists that we have. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I would just like to know.
Now listen,
because we only 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
announcing is 2 weeks out. I just feel like again.
No, but to me that would be even crazy. You think 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, rehearsals would be going that bad that we would have to put together a whole new entire show and a promo?
No. You missed
what I... It's going to just been a rollout of what they wanted to do.
You missed what I'm saying. I feel like they knew the entire time that SZA was going to perform.
Well, even cooler.
But announce it like that from the gate, though.
Why? Because I think all right, we got two.
Because then if you don't, then you leave room for people to speculate like, damn, why is it now Kendrick and SZA halftime show when it wasn't Kendrick and SZA halftime show when they first announced it?
Or what
changed.
A strategic and well-planned rollout of, I have the most attention I've ever had in my life on me. Let's do the Super Bowl announcement of just me shooting the footballs. Then GNX comes out with 2 SZA features. Then SZA's Deluxe comes out with a Kendrick feature. Then we announce a stadium tour. Then let's announce the SZA and Kendrick Super Bowl thing.
So
that's a perfectly planned.
So you like that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. All right.
I understand the OVO conspiracies that they are low ticket sales, and I know as soon as I open Twitter,
Why are
when
you
we stop
saying
recording, they'll be
OVO
like, yo,
conspiracy?
they had to do this because they weren't moving tickets. Nah, I really don't think that.
But why are you saying OVO
think-
conspiracies?
Because they're only coming from the OVO communities I see on Twitter.
I don't know nothing about
I don't see anyone that's not dangerously involved in the Twitter streets in this battle even commenting or caring that much about the ticket sales of Kendrick and SZA or that this is announced. Most people are, all right, cool. Even better. Now maybe we'll have some hoes at the Super Bowl party.
Okay. We're going to revisit this.
Because listen,
It's going to be maybe next year when they announce the next performer, but we're going to revisit this.
I've been to Super Bowl parties when Beyonce was performing at halftime. And then I've been to Super Bowl parties when it was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and 50 Cent. And it was just me, you, and fucking Peach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now we can have some hoes finally when you add SZA to the mix.
Okay.
Are you saying Kendrick scares the hoes?
That's exactly what he's saying. That's exactly what he's saying. And that's what them niggas said
That's
at the
not
rehearsal.
hating, though.
That's what they said at the rehearsal. They
I
was
know a
like,
lot of beautiful
nah,
women.
fam, we ain't gonna do all this rapping at the halftime. Like we need some R&B to break this shit up.
You don't think Lose Yourself scared the hoes?
Yeah, but that was just for a couple seconds though.
And I think All Right brought it back.
Yeah, but that was, again, a couple seconons. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Kendrick got joints that women like. First of all, women
I'm not
like,
saying they don't.
I'm talking about the
saying he
stereotypical
don't.
hoe shit.
I'm not saying he don't. Because you be trying to make it seem like I'm saying something I'm not saying.
I don't make you seem anyway.
I'm telling you exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that it looks like, I'm not saying that this is what it is. I'm saying it looks like a conversation was had and that a decision was made to kind of like promote this in a different way. Because it's like, yes, we have the stadium tour coming. We know that. Everybody's looking forward to that show with him and SZA. I just think it's a little eyebrow raising to announce this 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl when you could have announced this the same time y'all announced the tour.
We got a microwave society where they forget things and move on from things immediately. This is how people need to promote things now. A bunch of reminders of new information as close to the date as possible.
Okay.
Because casual people are going, oh shit, Super Bowl is in like 3 days. All right. Oh shit, here's an announcement to remind me of that.
Okay.
You think they'll announce Lefty Gunplay coming out?
I don't think Pepsi is. I don't think they would.
You don't think he aligns with their...
No, I think they staying away from that. I don't think they touching that brand.
I would like to see Lefty.
At the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yo, see, this is where I sound like a hater. Like, he's lying. You would not like to... What's up with you, man?
Okay.
Yo, what's up?
No,
What's up
I'm
with
fucking
you?
around. I would laugh if he took all the features from GNX and brought them out as someone that likes their verses.
Oh, if you're going to do that, you got to bring all of them out.
And to me, that would be... I would laugh like, yo, go ahead, Kendrick.
Oh, no.
I fucking love... Like, that's
wouldn't be-
amazing.
listen, I wouldn't be mad
The
at
fact that you got that off at the Super Bowl,
Exactly.
I would respect that like you would not believe.
Same. Now, if you bring all of them and get those records off at the halftime show, I got to respect that.
Okay, now we have seen... God, I don't want to do a whole TDE thing, but I have to ask this question. Now that it's SZA and Kendrick, and we know, based off the Not Like Us video, that Kendrick is still on amazing terms with TDE. Do you think Top nudges him a little bit and says, all right, it's you and SZA. Do we bring out Q, Soul, J-Rock? Do we do the TDE reunion for real? Because with the Amazon Prime Victory Lap shit, yeah, they were all there, but at separate times. The whole TDE reunion, does that happen at the Super Bowl? And I love that you've admitted your bias. So take the bias out. Does that not put TDE in the conversation of greatest label of all time if all of them come out at the Super Bowl? There was no Beyonce announcement. I know we were talking about Super Bowl stuff.
A lot of people, a lot of artists have pushed things back. A lot of albums have been pushed back. A lot of video shoots and things like that. And I get it. A lot of people saying, well, L.A., the fires and and I believe it's because Beyonce has not announced what she's getting ready to announce yet.
I know you fucking around. I can attest, which is, equal to the Beyonce announcement and all these artist albums. I pushed my single back because of the fires in LA. And honestly, not because of a moral reason. I don't want to sound like that whatsoever. The artist that's on it is on UMG. And yeah, the things are delayed because a lot of their employees and people are obviously going through a really, really tough time and things are getting pushed. I respect that Beyonce did push it back. I actually think she is one of the few people that actually meant that. Because if that was the case, The Weeknd pushed this shit, 1 week?
Yeah.
He didn't do that shit for the fires. He did it because no one was in the office. Beyonce, I think she'll wait till after the Super Bowl.
To make an announcement.
Yeah. I think she'll let all of this pass and do that.
What do you think the announcement is?
Tour.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
Now, I will go with your SZA and Kendrick theory that they do have to compete with Beyonce for stadiums. And for an average consumer, that's a tough one to think to go to a stadium show in 1 year. Am I going to go see Kendrick and SZA or am I going to pay for Beyonce? That's always tough. And that's
if you had to make that decision, who you go with?
I've seen Beyonce a lot. That's tough. I would probably go SZA and Kendrick to see them together because I haven't seen them perform. As much as I do love Cowboy Carter and love Beyonce's performance, I know it'd be an experience. I've seen her perform a lot.
Yeah.
I'd want to go see SZA and Kendrick.
SZA and Kendrick over Beyonce.
But that's what fucked up the game when
nuts.
Taylor Swift and what?
He's nuts.
Why am I nuts?
You ain't, man. You going to see Beyonce, man. That's like going to see Michael Jackson. What are you talking about? Everybody would pick that.
I don't think that's true.
Same night, same city. You going to see SZA and Kendrick before you go see Beyonce?
I can't get on the list to the SZA and Kendrick show because of you anymore. I can only get on the Beyonce list, so I don't think I'd have a fucking choice. Same night, same city.
No, sis, you had a choice.
I would see Kendrick and SZA. I'm very curious how that show is going to go.
Okay.
I've seen Beyonce solo multiple times. I've seen both on the runs. As much as she is Michael Jackson.
Also because you've seen
and because that Christmas performance also was incredible. I know that Cowboy Carter shit is gonna be nuts. I still would want to go see the show I have not seen.
Got you. But you're getting it on Super Bowl.
I don't know that.
SZA and Kendrick?
I don't know if it's gonna be the same show.
Well, not the same, but
Fucking
you're getting a
15 minutes condensed from a 2.5 hour show, probably.
Yeah, but you're getting a glimpse though. A little sneak peek.
The sneak peek of Christmas Beyonce was insane. So I know that that's gonna be.
Oh,
what did you think it was going to be?
Her announcement?
Yeah.
New album.
Okay. You know what I hope it is? Just to see the world melt. Because she had to push it because of the fires. Nah, like a perfume. Like, it would have been fine if she's like, yo, I got an announcement January 15th after that. And it's another whiskey. It's the lighter version of that whiskey.
It's the peach whiskey.
And now we all sitting here like anticipating, but she did it because of the fires. And she's I'm putting out a line of cowboy boots. And we all like, wait.
I'm putting out silver cowboy boots.
You could have said that during the fire.
Yeah, you could have tweeted that. Like, I promise you didn't have to push that back. Yo, peach whiskey
the
available now.
The firefighters would have understood.
Yeah, peach whiskey next month.
That's what just to watch the world just burn down after that.
Fucking idiots going crazy over a postponed announcement. You don't even know what she about to announce. Like, y'all going crazy.
The anticipation is killing people now.
I think it's an album. Yeah, I think it's an album.
Even coming off that performance, you think she would just do that Christmas Cowboy Carter performance without announcing a tour? Just for the fuck of it?
I think she puts out another album and then she does a tour where it's like both of those albums.
Okay. Now, let's say it's R&B, and we know she has a look for everything. You know, with Renaissance, all the chicks bought everything silver. You can't buy silver anymore.
Yeah, no.
Go anywhere.
The Silver Surfer's naked now. He don't even have a surfboard no more.
What would also be hilarious to troll her fans would be if she did a joint Cowboy Carter thing, and let's say R&B, she finds a look, like some leather Janet type shit, and they have to bring a change of clothes for the second half of the show. So everyone has to, all the fans have to come dressed as cowboys, naturally. And then they have like a quick halftime and everyone has to run in the bathroom to change to their leather R&B fit.
Why you gotta wear leather, Harvey? You can wear leather as a cowboy as well.
Everyone's gonna dress like Jodeci.
That's crazy. Everybody go to the bathroom and change it and come back.
Now the smart girls would do like the leather chaps and then maybe just cut them.
Rip it. It'd be breakaway
breakaway.
pants. Yeah.
Maybe that's what she's announcing.
Yeah.
Breakaway cowboy leather.
Breakaway chaps.
Yeah.
We need it. So Rory, the other day I was thinking about just dumb things we do we did as younger men, chasing girls. And I forgot about the time that I met this girl. I met her on, I want to say I met her on Twitter.
Okay.
I think we met on Twitter. We started following each other 20 years ago.
Of course, long time ago.
No, it literally was probably over 14 years ago. And I met her on Twitter. We started kicking it, exchange numbers. And one day she was like, yeah, I live in the Bronx. I said, okay, you right here. You near me. So I go to her crib. No, we went to get something to eat. And she's like, yo, you want to come back to my crib? That's all we need to hear after dinner. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I want to come back to your crib. So we get to her crib. It's in the area of the Bronx that I'm familiar with. Got a lot of friends, family over there.
Okay.
Get to her I'm just laughing and reliving this shit. Get to her crib, and we in her room, watching a movie, and we getting into it. And I'm hearing something in what I think is the living room. Okay. But now when we walked in, it was pitch black. It was nobody else there. So I'm like, okay, she's home. Nobody else is here. Cool. But then, we getting into it. I start hearing shit. Then it's like where her bedroom was, it was close to the front door. So then now I hear people walk in. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh shit, like her parents came, I didn't know what this was. Now, thinking back, I'm stupid and just horny. I didn't even ask her, yo, who is that? I'm just, whatever.
I mean, you walked into her house and she didn't even turn a light on and you didn't think that was a red flag.
It wasn't that it wasn't no lights on. It was it was dimly lit. It wasn't pitch black.
Listen, you don't need lights to fuck. All right, let's go.
No, it wasn't pitch black, but
Con Ed made it got her.
Just looking back, it was stupid. But then I'm hearing people and I'm like, yo, somebody's in here. Dog, why was she renting a room, dog?
That's common, man.
No, it's not. Bro, to this day, I've never experienced that again. Fucking a girl that's renting a room?
Yeah.
And she lives with two other dudes?
Yes.
Nah, bro. I thought I was set up.
Some days you have to take your Rockefeller privilege card out. That's mad common.
Bro, I thought I was being lined up. I'm going to keep it 100 with you.
Oh my.
You know what it is to have a condom on and you finish having sex and you want to go use the bathroom and it's 5 dudes sitting in the living room that you don't know you got to walk past?
Man, I cut my teeth with chicks that found their room on Craigslist. That's where I made my bones.
Nah, bro.
That's so common.
That is crazy.
I'll do you one better. I've had that with the railroad apartment. You got to walk through 2 rooms to get to the 3rd room. And I walk by 2 people fucking in each room. That's so common.
Nah, man. Nah, that shit scared the shit. I thought Shorty was lining me up. I'm going to be honest. I've never experienced having sex with a girl that's renting a room in an apartment.
You didn't ask the questions at dinner, so who you live with? After she said, let's go to my crib?
No. I'm just thinking this was her apartment. She was taking me to her crib.
You should have beat off before you went to the dinner so you'd have somewhat of a clear mind.
Young and horny, bro.
Yeah.
You're just young, stupid, and horny. But that I remember in that moment feeling like, yo, I'm about to get she lined me up. She got me back to her crib. I know dudes that got robbed, killed behind shit like that. I thought I was next. That was one of the scariest times in my young adult life. Well, by far.
After redlining, going on to gentrification, New York got very expensive. So people were just trying to find bedrooms that were $1,200.
Yeah, but she didn't give me I rent a room vibes though.
A little girl having roommates is terrifies them all.
That doesn't scare you?
No.
And the prettiest, well put together women aren't the brokest.
Shit. That's the white shit. That's where y'all don't get scared. Y'all don't have that fear meter. Y'all don't.
All the people I know that rented a room were black. That's very common.
She was black too.
I know. I'm saying that's not a white thing.
No, I'm saying y'all not scared of shit like that.
Oh, nah.
Because y'all don't have that. Yeah, y'all invented
look at our skin.
Extreme sports. Y'all jump out of planes, off of moving trains and shit.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's y'all shit.
Conquer land.
Where I'm from, we not going to nobody's apartment and it's 3 randos that live in these other rooms that you don't even speak to.
Okay. As opposed to what? Let's say she lived with 2 of her brothers and they was Bloods. What's the difference than the Craigslist guy?
Because
who probably works a nice job in Midtown just trying to make ends meet.
Because at least these are your brothers. Like, you know them.
So they definitely gonna kill you.
No,
not the roommates that don't care about her unless she's not washing the dishes.
She don't know these dudes. She don't even speak to them. They don't even see each other. They barely walk past each other.
And to me, that may be safer than the gang member brothers that actually are upset that you're there.
Nah, hell no, because she can control her brothers a little bit. Strangers, she can't control no random niggas from the Bronx.
That's so common.
Nah, bro.
I've never done it and never will, but that is extremely common.
Never saw that girl again. That was it. Grand opening and grand closing.
This was before semen retention. So
yeah, that's why I brought it up.
So I know you finished and then continued.
This was before it was unlawful to release your genetic material.
But that would have been your excuse when you heard the doorknob. Like, yo, you know what? Mississippi is going to come up to New York soon.
Yeah. Genetic material. Never again. Never fuck a girl that's renting a room. Don't do it.
I mean, I don't know. Out of all the red flags I've ignored, I just don't think that would be the one that would bother me that much.
Nah, bro. That's crazy. I'm never, ever doing that. Well, obviously not now, but I don't even think I know dudes that, like any of my friends that did that. You might be the only guy I know that actually like went into it knowingly to a girl's apartment. She was renting a room with other dudes that lived there.
And you might be the only guy I know that did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pete, you've definitely...
I've rented rooms with women before.
Yeah.
That live there.
It's a very common...
Like you lived with them.
Yeah.
That's different though, because you renting a room.
You don't think the girl got any dick while Peach was living there?
Yeah, but you wasn't knocking her down, no?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But she had a mall come through to knock her down while Peach was there. While Peach was knocking something else down, allegedly. Because we don't want to put that on.
Crazy to me. We all in here just randos, don't know each other, and we just in the same, it's the same crib, same apartment. We all just here fucking.
So because it's such a common thing, I've had these debates with my friends that have done that before, and they have said they prefer it better. Because I've had best friends that I moved into apartments with and started to resent them based off their habits and leaving dishes and certain, electricity bill not being paid on time. A lot of people prefer that because there's no real strings attached. I don't really care if this person likes me or not. We just live in this house, do your fucking chores, your job, we'll put a system together, and we don't even need to speak. A lot of people prefer that. As opposed to me that's gotten in full-blown fucking fights with my childhood friends of 20 years because he didn't clean the fucking spoon.
Yeah, but you still not gonna tell me that you would rather roommate with randoms than over a friend. I
wouldn't, but I do understand that perspective. They don't want to fight with their friends about the living shit. They'd rather...
I'll fight with a friend any day before I just continue to walk past a random and I'm like, yo, he be in here just leaving shit all over. Because what you gotta say something. You can't be a punk.
Yeah. And
this is a random guy that you don't know.
Of course, your female roommate is, of course, I mean, she can't drive Uber, but she's definitely entitled to bring a guy home.
Can't drive Uber.
And have consensual sex, yeah. As long as she's home before the street lights come on.
Yeah.
And she cleans the kitchen and bathroom. Yeah. I don't.
Congestion prices.
But we pay the same amount of rent, of course. But she does more of the chores, because, come on. I would feel away with strange men being in my apartment. I'd feel away.
Of course you would.
All right, you coming back from the bar, you know this guy? Like, my PlayStation's right there.
That's what I'm saying. Of course you would. If it's randoms. Now, if she said she lived with her brothers, I'm not, like, it's still a long cut. Like,
brothers,
damn. Like,
siblings still.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different than a random dude from the other side of the borough that you don't know and you only see maybe twice out of the week. Like, that's just crazy.
What was your excuse to get out of the house?
I just left.
You just nutted and you ill like that?
No, I was like, yo, it's late. At that time, it was like 1, 2 in the morning. I was like, yo, I'm out of here. I'm about to go home.
Still follow
her? No.
She sounds, if she was renting a room, she sounds like the type that probably deactivated her Twitter and now has 4 or 5 kids.
Probably.
Somewhere in Hudson Valley.
She was cool though.
Married.
I remember we had like a cool night. Like we went out and shit, went to eat and all that. Like she was cool. Like, but that was the curveball out of nut. Like that, bro, like talking about it, I remember feeling in that moment like I'm about to get fucked up. Like I remember feeling like that type of fear, like damn, I'm gonna have to fight these dudes to get out of here. Luckily, her room was close to the front door, but I had to go to the bathroom. They right there in the living room. I'm like, yo, wait, these are your roommates? She's like, yeah, I don't know them. Like, I
3 fucking toothbrushes. Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm like, you don't, she's like, nah, I see them like maybe once a week. Like, in passing. If I'm walking out, one of them might be coming. And I'm just like, what?
Did you have flashbacks to when you were in high school and all those bloods were outside your door when you were trapped in that apartment?
It's like 1A, 1B. That was the scariest, but like being in a girl's apartment and you thinking that she lives by herself, come to find out she's renting a room and 2 other men live in that apartment that she does not know. Yeah, that's some scary shit, bro.
I'm with you.
That's some scary shit.
That would have been a good voicemail, actually, for you to send to us.
About that experience?
Yeah, like how should I feel about this entire thing?
What would you do in this situation?
Yeah. What would you do if your son was at home?
Just young and dumb, man. Young and dumb.
Speaking of which, do we have voicemails, Peach?
Yes, we do.
You've got mail.
Hey, Rory, Mom, Demaris. So my question for y'all is, could you still watch a podcast after they directly disrespected you? So long story short, I called in last week about the thing that happened with Scottie Pippen, the thing that went viral. You guys proceeded to listen to my music, which I appreciated. But I feel like Ma, like, he overdid it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
I feel like if he would have listened, got a chance to listen to, maybe another song, he might have, had a different opinion. It's not too much him not liking the song I didn't really take to heart. It was the stuff he kind of said around it, like calling me a cloud chaser, calling me weak at rapping, saying like I'm trash when I'm honestly really not. And a couple other things. And my biggest thing is I've been watching you guys for years, literally since the old pod. When you guys started this pod, I followed you guys over to the next pod.
We appreciate it.
And now it's like it's hard watching that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because I said the song was trash.
After somebody on the pod just shitted all over my dreams. So what should I do?
Get a new dream, nigga.
Oh my God.
Go back to sleep and dream bigger. Yo, what I said about okay, so this is the dude.
Why don't you encourage him and say you didn't particularly like the songs that he sent over, and that maybe he should go back to the drawing board, but still stay focused and, hone his craft a little bit better.
All right, which camera am I at, Pete? This one? Hello, sir. So I listened to your music. It didn't really stick with me. It didn't really resonate with me. But I think that you should chase your dreams, and I think that you should go back to the drawing board and create a new song, and then send that in, and I'll give it another listen. I apologize if I offended you. Thank you for supporting Rory and Mar all of these years. We appreciate you.
Nobody believed that.
So why, when I'm honest and I say shit, I'm the bad guy?
I appreciate you doing that.
Like, what the? Yeah,
apologize. I think I even said, I was like, all right, you're going a little too in right now. He's an artist. He's sensitive.
All right, I don't mean to. Don't give up on your dreams, sir. Chase your dreams. My word is not the final word. Somebody would love your music.
I know we said his name, I think, last time, but I forgot what it was. I will tell him a story.
And that was some clout chasing shit he did with Scottie Pippen. I'll down that hill. That was clout chasing shit.
Scottie was going after his girl. He just happened to be.
Yeah, you don't got to record it. That's where the clout chasing comes in. That punch Scottie in his fucking face.
Don't do that. Record it.
If he going at your girl,
I don't think he was disrespectful, like grabbing her or anything. But he was just trying to holler at her. You punching somebody because they yell a comment?
So you don't think that was clout chasing?
No, because I think everyone just pulls. I think that's the standard now. I think what used to
clout chasing.
I think
is
what
a standard.
used to be clout chasing,
it's still clout
and
chasing.
what we viewed as clout chasing is so minimal and so standard right now. Of everyone in the world pulling their phones out at a moment. I think we view crazier shit than that as actual clout chasing now. I'm not saying I'm happy about that process.
Bro, he used Scottie Pippen choked me as a promo for his music. You only talked about his music.
Good marketing.
No, it's not. It's clout chasing.
Maybe him and Scottie are going on a joint tour.
You know what? It could be good marketing. It's still clout chasing.
Yeah, okay.
Anytime you pull your phone out and start making a selfie video as a man, and there's a fucking Hall of Fame basketball player standing next to you, and you start talking like, yo, I'm with Scottie Pippen. Bro, that's clout chasing shit, bro.
What's the exact definition of clout chasing?
You know what it is, because you know what.
No, because I hate doing that, because everything starts to get legs and become its own definition based on how we view it. What is the exact thing? The term of clout chasing is something used to refer to the act of pursuing fame in a certain way. Now,
Clout chasing
can you name
is the act of trying to gain fame or influence, often in a desperate or questionable way. Was that not questionable when that video?
Sure. Now,
did he not try to gain fame by that or influence?
Can you name me one artist ever that has not tried to gain fame or influence, often in a desperate or questionable way?
I'm not saying that people don't do it. I'm saying that doesn't mean it's not clout chasing. Just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean it's not clout chasing.
Okay, and my thing is, if he wants to be an artist, what's wrong with him clout chasing?
I'm not saying nothing
was
is wrong with
Jay-Z
it.
Sunshine clout chasing?
I'm not saying there's anything
He wore a
wrong
shiny
with it.
suit
I'm
and took a throwaway big beat. That's clout chasing.
I'm saying it's clout chasing.
But he's an artist. Artist clout chase.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. He's taking offense to me calling him a clout chaser. I believe he took offense to it.
So, all right, my question is, why wouldn't an artist clout chase? He wants to get his music out.
Bro, clout chase. Do whatever you got to do to get your music, but then don't be mad and call back in when I say you was clout chasing.
I think all artists should clout chase. Just do it not in the least nastiest way you can.
Great. Was that not nasty?
It was nasty on Scottie Pippen's behalf.
It was nasty on his behalf too. He recorded it.
we all got to protect Scottie.
We would have never known about that incident had he not pulled out his phone and chased the moment.
Well, young man, I will say I heard this story about Jerry Seinfeld. So consider Maul Jerry Seinfeld in this story. From what I'm told, anytime a comic comes up to Jerry Seinfeld and tells them, yo, my dream is to become a stand-up, I've done this, I've done that, Jerry Seinfeld says, you will never make it. That's stupid. Come on. You're not talented enough to make it in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry's theory in that is, if I said that and it stopped you from pursuing your dream, you were never going to make it anyways.
Mm.
So he purposely tells people that.
Yeah.
So you are Jerry Seinfeld is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm Maul, and I thought his song wasn't good. I'm sorry.
Don't let Maul stop you.
I'm sorry if I used the wrong words, if I offended you, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I don't know you. It's not personal. Don't take it personal. I just didn't think that the song Rory clicked on that's on your page, which is highlighted because that's probably a song you think is your best song. It's on your page.
I thought that was good advice.
Yeah.
You got to switch that one up to the one that you think.
Yeah, but whichever you think is your best one, send it. I'll listen to it. Matter of fact, send a new voicemail with your new record. We'll play it as a voicemail. Listen to it. I won't say anything, but I'm going to play the voicemails after that where they shit on your record if it's trash.
Now, I think to your point of clout chasing and my point of clout chasing, where they meet is if you are going to clout chase, as artists should, make sure you have your socials and your next step already lined up with that. If you're going to rap over the video of you and Scottie Pippen in the streets, make sure that you have all your music pinned that you like, your best representation of you out already. Where it seems like that wasn't the case with him. Because I was clicking shit that I think he even DM'd me, like, that's not the one that represents me. Well, clean up your socials when you're going to do...
Oh, so he sent you a record?
I think he DM'd me. I'm not going to go through my DMs to find everything. But I remember he replied, and there was more music.
Okay.
So if you're going to clout chase, as you should, make sure everything after that is set up right.
Maybe that record just wasn't it. Maybe you got another record that I'm like, okay, this dude is all right. But let's hear it. Send us your best record.
Okay. We have another voicemail, Peach?
Yeah, we do.
Good morning, one. Good morning, all. My name is Chris from California. A little bit of background on me before I ask my question. I just left 12 years in the military as an IT professional, and now I work at XYZ company as a supervisor. So my question is, what's going on with all this red pill, blue pill, alpha male stuff? Because now that I'm out and I work with more younger IT nerds, I see that it's more apparent with these guys than it was in the military. And I was just trying to see what you guys' thoughts on it. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully and respectfully, maybe Baby D can go last on this, because I know she probably has strong opinions, but I'd love to hear you guys' opinions about it. Thank you, guys.
What was his question?
Essentially, all right, he came from the military and now works in a department with IT guys, he said, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he's used to more of the masculine world with the military.
Okay.
And he notices that it's more of the IT guys that lean into the red pill, masculine podcast world, media world.
Mm-hmm.
So he's asking, why is that when the super masculine guys don't even subscribe to that type of shit? That's how I interpret it. I could be.
That's your answer right
I could be wrong. Peach, do you think I interpreted that correctly?
Yeah, maybe saying like those guys were chronically online and they're like subjected to getting red pilled.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I want to go with what I assume Demaris's answer would be. Those guys don't get pussy, so they lean into the guys like Fresh and Fit that make it the woman's fault of why you never got pussy.
Yeah.
You don't want those girls at all, and this is why. And then they try to frame it as I'm saving their lives. It's like, no, I think he's all right.
Well, it's based on, all of that is based on insecurities.
Yeah.
It's the guys in the military obviously are out daily, physical, in shape, strong, because you got to kind of be all of those things to be in the armed forces. Versus guys who are just, online every day and not really like, socially, most of them are socially awkward. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Versus guys that are actually outside amongst people, being physical and having their limits tested daily, physically, mentally, spiritually. Yeah, it's going to be a difference. Like, he's going to absolutely notice that coming from that environment and now dealing with guys that, don't want to do anything other than sit online all day and listen to podcasts about other insecure men screaming about shit. And yeah, you're going to see the difference.
Yeah, and I'm just talking about women now as far as the stereotypical red pill podcast is shaming whores and women. And I think a lot of the people that just lived in their basement already have some type of resentment towards women because they never really interacted with them or maybe teased them. Cool, I can understand that. So they see these guys screaming at 20-year-old whores in Miami and are like, yes, get them.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of the girl that made fun of me and didn't give me pussy.
Turned me down.
So, and that's just the women's side. As far as the rest of red pill, when you get into the politics side, I think a lot of people that stay inside just on their computer are easily red pilled because they don't interact with human beings in person that often.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to say that being the pussy liberal side is the way, but how a lot of pussy liberals exist is because they interact with different groups of people all the time and have a bit more empathy to the entire world, rather than the person that is looking at the logistics of like, yeah, our economy is in the hole. Get this immigrant the fuck out of here. Look at the stats.
Right.
The stats show that this needs to change. I can easily see someone that doesn't leave their house taking those stats and going, yes, red pill me.
Right.
This country's going to shit. Instead of the person that is outside interacting with the so-called enemy of the state, which is minorities.
Yeah.
They may look at things differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think, again, that's what he was asking between those two. And I don't know, maybe I went on a rant that didn't have anything to do with it, but I don't know, there's some quote unquote red pill pods and media that I like. I saw something yesterday that had the leaders of the Red Pill Podcast Society. They had Shane Gillis and Bobby Lee on the list. And I was like, all right, I'm not even reading this article. Because I went into it, it had Schultz, Rogan, like the typical headline with the photos. And I was like, oh, this could be an interesting article just of how podcast has shifted a lot of men into the right and into the red pill time. And they put how many times Trump went to see them, this and that. Then I went down to the representatives and Shane Gillis was like number 3. Like, all right, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that is all entertaining. I think that people that put too much stock into that shit, that's when it gets a little weird. I think you can listen to a lot of these podcasts and all of this information that's out there, whether it's Rogan, whether it's Andrew Tate or whoever it may be. I just think you have to take all of that shit with a grain of salt and laugh at it. But get out in the real world, interact, mingle with people. I always go to that. But as soon as people stop doing too much of that, that's when you start becoming a little, your views get a little weird, and the way you handle yourselves in public settings it's like, yo, this dude's a weirdo. You can sense the guys when they start going a little too far down the rabbit hole. You're like, all right, he's completely gone.
I mean, I just think it's funny with a lot of the red pill community, like Andrew Tate, for example. Yes, preaches that don't let these women take advantage of you, take your money, take your heart.
Don't let them drop
all
this.
Night. Yeah, this entire thing. Don't act like you are not also taking advantage of quote unquote weak men and filling their mind. Yes, you come back and be like, well, I tell them just to do push-ups and eat right and respect themselves.
Yeah,
that's not all you say, man.
Right.
Everyone is arguing about who can take more advantage of the weaker men that just want to follow and be sheep. And then they just blame it on whores. And I'm like, no, you're doing that so you can take advantage of the sheep and so that they can give you money.
Yeah.
Like, let's not act like you're doing some noble thing here.
I mean, would you consider somebody like David Koresh to be one of? No, he preyed on mentally weak, physically weak,
married incels. Like, yeah, yo, let me fuck your wife.
Yeah.
Okay, David.
Yeah, exactly. Same type of shit.
In the name of Jesus, of course. Though.
Well, yeah, obviously not the name of.
So you're saying Fresh and Fit is David Koresh, aka Jesus.
Offsprings. Those are like some of the seeds that he planted, and now they're sprouting. Alfalfa sprouts.
Now they just have high-rise condos in Miami.
Yeah,
instead of the middle of fucking Texas.
Yeah, an old house in the middle of Texas. No, now they live on fucking South Beach.
Oh, that's funny. David Koresh in this era, that would be an awesome experiment to see if you could do with time travel. How would David Koresh, with his cult-like ego, navigate in this world? Because he'd probably have a podcast.
David Koresh with social media?
Yes. How would he navigate? I think he would navigate very similar to people like Tate. Yeah, I think he'd be on Rogan, and I think even me would be like, he's bringing up some points.
You would think David Koresh has some points.
I didn't think of it that way, David.
Yeah. You would think that. That's exactly what you would think about.
It's easy, even when you're not that impressionable, like to catch a clip out of context, not even knowing this person and the rest of their values, and go, yeah, that point does make sense. And then you realize what that point is attached to, which is a much greater thing. And that point has nothing to do with that. It's just to get people with a clip to go, this guy seems like he's relatively smart.
And then they always hit you with, well, if you don't believe it, then you don't believe in God. Once they say that, what's your comeback? Once somebody says, yo, that's what God said. That's what God believes.
Talk to the aliens.
Exactly.
Well, this was fun. Again, please, everyone, shower Baby D with positive comments. Prayers to her and her family at this moment. And we'll be back.
We'll be back in a couple of days. Everybody be safe. Be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just ginger. Peace.